how to triple with the Martingale. That's what we're going to see together today. And you, it's Matteo. How are you today? Thank you already for all your thank you messages, whether it's for EA Prod or for the VIP group, where at the moment you have more than 16 analysts boosted with artificial intelligence. 16 highly specialized experts, so whether it's in goals, odds drops, rigged matches, basketball, tennis, volleyball, rugby, and we all analyze it with artificial intelligence. In fact, AI tools are included directly in the VIP. And then you can use them on our predictions to know the chances of success. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're not too affected by everything. The price increases at the moment, be it gas, electricity, or food. It's getting harder and harder to cope with all the living costs at the same time. Increased while the wages did not move at all. In any case, stay until the end of the video because I will explain how to make a good martingale. I have used the martingale in the past. I know its faults, its qualities, knows perfectly how to use it for maximum profitability. I still use it sometimes. So not in my personal record, because my personal record is ahead, misfixed, but on my personal bets on the bookmakers. So already a small question, put it to me in the comment. Have you ever used the martingale and has it been beneficial to you or not? Anyway, don't worry. If you're a beginner, I'll use jargon that most people can understand. My goal is to popularize all the techniques related to match analysis. In any case, if you can't do it today, know that it's normal. 97% of people who analyze the matches don't do it correctly. They are not profiting in the long term. So already the first strategy we're going to see is the classic martingale. That is to say, doubling after every loss. And once we've won, return to the immediate bet. It's the most well-known martingale. Theoretically, this method guarantees a profit equal to your initial bet with each win. However, let's not kid ourselves. It requires a quite substantial bankroll. I will give you an example. After 5 successive losses with an initial bet of 10 euros, your 6th bet would be 320 euros. Statistics show that the probability of having 10 consecutive losses and about 0.1%. But if this happens, your bet would be astronomical. There, I show you a comparison of the classic martingale versus a bet fixed. Plus, what's good is that this assessment takes into account a martingale that didn't go very well over the half. So here you see that the initial bet is 2. If you lose, you go to 4, then to 6. And when you win, you go back to 2. You see that in the middle, it didn't really go well. Since the person has reached 10.24, let me remind you that they started with a bid of 2. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 consecutive losses until indeed a victory is achieved. On the martingale balance, we arrive at a positive hero at 6.71 points. And on a fixed bet, we get an ROI of minus 8.09. We can conclude 2 things: that the classic martingale is superior to fixed bets, but it is also much riskier, as we have gone from a bet of 2 euros to a bet of 1.24 euros. Indeed, if you don't have the necessary funds, you arrive in good. That's why I come to the second martingale, which is the flat betting martingale. And it's the martingale that I have used some years. It's to avoid exorbitant amounts. We set one. The idea is, of course, to double after a loss, but only and only up to a certain point. Once this point is reached, even if it's a loss, when we lose, we go back to the initial bet. That's how I used to play at some point, and that's how I continue to play on some of my bets. But I know that there are those who prefer another way of doing it. That is indeed to set a limit. I start, for example, with a bet of 10, and we stop at 40. So 10. We lose 20. We lose 40. So we are losing. We have reached our limit of 40. So on all other predictions, we are going to bet again 40 until it passes. And once it will pass, we will return to 10. So this limited method losses, but also reduces the shadow as well. Profit. And now we're going to see the third martingale is the inverted martingale. The goal is indeed to increase after each loss, but also to decrease after each win, because we assume that the more we repeat losing streaks, the closer we get to victory. And the more we chain a series of victories, the closer we get to the defeat. Now, let's see the pros and cons. The advantage is that you take few risks in the end, especially if you have an idea limit in terms of loss streaks. The downside is that you will be constantly changing your bets. So in the end, we can easily get lost and do just about anything. Besides, it's also somewhat contrary. Intuitive, since when we're on a winning streak, we think we're always going to win. And so we have a bit of hope. Doing harm, lower our bets. Now we're going to look at the third martingale. It's the winning streak martingale, meaning you're going to double after victory. So here we're trying to maximize winnings on win streaks. So the principle is simple. After each victory, you double the winnings, your bet. And if you lose, you go back to your initial bet. Well, it's more suited to people who have a success rate pretty low. That wouldn't suit me at all, because you see that out of 21 predictions, I missed a few 4. I show you a little example of what I managed to pass in the month. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I had to double every time I win, I wouldn't finish. I'd get to astronomical amounts. And I repeat that these results are on roadsportal.fr. It's totally unworkable. And fourthly, I'd like to draw your attention to the fact that the martingale can be really very dangerous. So caution is necessary, because it's true that martingales can seem to be a miraculous technique. In fact, some forecasters like James, for instance, made it their main weapon, and he was doing an infinite martingale until he could win. But on paper, it's nice, but theoretically, it's unfeasible. So with fictitious bets, indeed, we can be right all the time in positive. So please trust that there are people with records with a fixed bet, a bet that we don't move. And that's what Odds Portal allows today, because I see some of you saying, yes, certified balance sheet, except that they bet you put a little what you want. And so ultimately you make mini martingale break. And to catch up, while the 16 analysts they are in the VIP in an exclusive offer. So hurry up. If you want to take advantage of this offer, they all use AI. They all have a certified balance with a flat beating bet that is always the same bet. So rigging is impossible. Anyway, as on AI predictions, you're going to have a little bit here. Small tab today is not there because I did not have the time to implement it. But basically, when you'll watch this video, you will look here. You will have a new tab. You will see all the updates that have been added over the days because I'm trying to improve the service. It was Pranoy, man. Where are you? See you soon for a new video. Bye.